Friends and family and fans, welcome back to another, and the final episode of Back Nine Bet, baby. Episode 43. The English is coming. For those of you that are not familiar with American history, like I studied in school, Paul Revere came riding on his horse and said, "The British are coming." And that is when Americans took arms and dominated those tea drinking sons of guns. Anyway, history lesson done. The English is coming, and he's coming with vengeance on his horse, his sea horse island. It's all over the place already. We're not even a minute in, but he's coming, and it's going to be a good one. We've got the RSM Classic this week. It's 2022. It's the final season finale of the full swing. We've got no good players in the field since Tony Finau withdrew, but that excites me because it means it is up for grabs. It is a full-on war out there. We can send as many soldiers as we want from the DFS world in the betting market. It's going to be a banger. It's going to be a goodie. I can't wait for this week. It's going to be so much fun. Let's take a peek, folks. Let's take a peek first before we get into anything else. We have to brag a little bit, Got to do a little self-promotion on this show. Last week was the Houston Open. We made a few bets if you watched the show. And guess what? They didn't quite work out. We put Scotty Scheffler on our card to add him live, and we got him at 14-1. It wasn't even 8-1. We got him at 14-1. Things were looking good on Friday. And then he didn't finish his round on Friday. He just made a chipping eagle. The guy was cooking with gas. He was at like -6. Tony Finau at the time, I think, was like minus 13. So Scotty was like right on his tail, looking good. He had a few par fives, a nice easy par four. No. Weather delay. Next thing, Scotty is playing in a hurricane the next morning in cold ass wind. Goes and makes a bogey on the par five. Bogey is the par four. Plays those two holes, probably 3 more shots than he should have. And that was that. He just didn't have it from then on out. He also sucks at putting again. So Scotty Scheffler, no good. Dean Burmester obviously was no good. Robbie Shelton, no good in the first round. But Aaron Wise kicked Russell Henley's ass all over that golf course. Russell Henley coming off that W at the Mayakoba. Couldn't quite make the cut, and we cashed that son of a biatch. 2 units on Wise over Henley in a matchup before the weekend even began. And then Taylor Montgomery made the cut, couldn't finish it out there. He was playing some bad golf too. But Martin Laird and James Hahn, baby, those top 40 bets came back, cooked us with some 2 units action. And now we are clawing. We are clawing our way towards profitability. We got hit with that -6 units reverse sweep a few events ago. I can't even remember the name of the goddamn event. I've erased it from my mind. But we got hit with the -6 unit reverse sweep on the placing market, and now we are making a comeback. So we, all time, are up 114 units and plus 6.3 this year. The matchups are cooking with gas, 4.6 this year, which is nice. We've got another 2 matchups we're going to get to this week. And it's another 2-unit pick on somebody who doesn't necessarily play that good golf here. So let's get into what the hell is going on this course. We've got a casual 0.665 correlations for putting, which is a lot. It's more than approach. And tour average approach is 0.6. So look at this bad boy. It's 0.05 more than approach tour average, which is a freaking ton. So what we're typically trying to do is avoid putting, but at this venue, putting is goddamn important. So we're going to roll with the putting. We're going to roll with the putting this week. We've ramped that son of a bitch up all the way to 35% in the model. We'll get there. Approach play, also still important. Can't leave approach play to wilt on the side. We got to do that, okay? And then accuracy is just going to be semi-essential, but we still want guys that are accurate off the tee. That's basically the principle here. Look at this. Quick little action here. 57.5% of shots are coming from 125 to 200. This is on the Sea Island course. That's all you need to know. They're going to play this course 3 times out of the 4, and that's where the majority of the shots are going to come from. It's only 2 par 5s. The shots coming into this course are going to be real wedgie, like a wedgie, So, yes, my buddy. Let's go. Brian, always in the chat. Yet time to end the season with a big profit. Great year of shows. My man. It's been a good one. I've enjoyed doing them. It's been a blast. Life's good. We are rolling like nothing. So, yes, that's what's cooking over here. We're doing this with the stats. Let's see what's going on with the actual model. We've got 30% total approach, some recent, some baseline. We've got some proximity numbers. As you can see, we've got a lot of, percentages here in the 125 to 200. We've got 15% putting on Bermuda, 10% putting on all surfaces from 5 to 15%, and 5% putting inside 5 feet. We want good putters that are going to hit themselves to 15 feet and make that goddamn putt. We want that to happen, and that's what we're looking for here. Then we've got 15% birdie makers. That's what we're looking for too. I mean, I think the last 5 events have got to minus 19, the winner in all 5 events. So you got to go low. 10% accuracy, 5% off the tee, and 5% recent off the tee game. That's how we are rolling this week. And speaking of rolling and rotoballing, we are sponsored by Rotoballer here on Back 9 Bets, folks. Go to rotoballer.com/radio. Catch yourself a quick little 50% off there. Use code Maniac for another 10%. Almost gave away some extra funds there that weren't available. But go get yourself 10% off there. Get yourself a full year subscription. I know it's the end of the season, but you'll have it until the end of this year coming up. It's cheaper to buy the whole thing. Go do it. If you want that, get the premium articles. We're doing some good stuff over there. Get Spencer's articles, my articles, all the PGA tools, the optimizers, the whole shebang. We've got it all over at rotoballer.com. Go check it out at rotoballer.com/radio. Today, start rotoballing like a goddamn boss. Please and thank you. Now, let's get to the model. We've got 6 outrights. We've got 9 placing bets, and we've got 2 matchups. That is what is cooking in this show. Taylor Montgomery is now the number 1 guy in the model because Tyrannus Finau is out of the field. Taylor Montgomery's $9,600. He is going to be one of our premier players this week. I don't even know why I'm clicking on wrong buttons here, but we have him for a top 20 bet at plus 170 on FanDuel. Why do we like him? Well, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of his last 6 starts have been top 20s on tour. Guess what? The only time we bet him for a top 20 was at the Cadence Bank Open, at the Houston Open, and he didn't finish inside the top 20. So we took an L on that one. I don't know why this top 20 isn't updating, but just know for a fact that we took an L there. We are going back to the well after an L on Taylor Montgomery. Why? This is a putting competition. We've just saw the correlations there. Who's the best putter in the field? Even though it's a short sample size, but we know from the Corn Ferry stuff that this guy's putting is phenomenal. Look at this putting, bros. Look at this putting. Then the only time we really get on him, he loses strokes putting. Like, he literally loses strokes putting. He's gained more than 4.7 strokes putting in every event that he's played in since joining the tour. We bet on him, he loses strokes putting. That's okay. You can't putt that well and not keep putting well. Like, this guy's a good putter. We know that. He's going to play well this week. We like him for a top 20 here at this venue. So he's definitely one of our guys. He is one of our guys. So, yes, he's first in the model. Check the easy scoring on the PGA. We know that we got the easy scoring from Corn Ferry stuff. He's number 1 in the field. It is Corn Ferry raw strokes gain data that we're using here, so just understand that a little bit. But he was the number 1 easy scoring course beast on Corn Ferry Tour. He's putting in a very short, brief period of time on this PGA Tour. He leads the putting. He's great from 5 to 15 feet, and he's great on Bermuda. He's second in Bermuda putting. So we'll have to find who's first. He makes a crap ton of birdies, and he's pretty decent at avoiding those bogeys. So let's see what he can get up to. Yes, the accuracy off the tee is a bit of a concern, but guess what? This guy's got massive distance. 3 irons are going to put him in play 250 yards down the field. I'm not too concerned about his off the tee stuff, and we know he can take care of business when it comes to that. So this guy's putting, he comes into the field scoring the 4th most amount of strokes total. Hello. Top 20, plus 170. FanDuel, grab it, go, bang, done. Tom Hoagie, next up, second in the model. And guess what? We've got another Tom Hoagie bet. Plus 155 on FanDuel to finish top 20. We've bet on Tom Hoagie a lot of times. And all time, we are plus 4.75 units up using the Tom Hoagie top 20 model. So we're going to go back to him again. We love him for a top 20 because guess what? If the putter gets a little jumpy under pressure when he's in contention, that's all good. He's just going to finish inside the top 20 anyway. And that's what we're betting on him. So 155 for Tom Hoagie top 20. He's finished in his last 6 starts, 10th, 12th, 4th, 9th, 13th, and then he missed the cut last time he was out. So if he bounces back to how he was playing prior to going to Mexico, the man's going to finish inside the top 13, almost certainly. The guy is a baller, and guess what? Tom Hoagie is absolutely... I know he's going to be super popular this week. So Tony Finau's out of the field. These ownership numbers are going to probably change quite a lot. We've got about 30%-ish of ownership, maybe 25, that we have to divvy up to everybody else in the field now that Tony's not in the field anymore. That's kind of crazy that the number one guy doesn't happen a lot. So this middle of the range is going to be really interesting from a DFS perspective. Tom Hoagie, where the heck does he excel from? Well, he hits a lot of fairways. His good drives gain, he's 31st in the field, which is good. His approach play is second. He's a fantastic iron player, and he's second in the field from 125 to 200. We absolutely love that about him, and that's why he's going to be mega popular. He's playing great golf. He's one of the best wedge players in the game, and that's it. So I don't know if Tom Hoagie's going to win this tournament. We've seen when he gets in contention, the putting can get a little wonky. He has been putting well, but if I'm just thinking instantly back to the Shriners when he finished, where was it? Yeah, the Shriners when he finished T4, the putting let him down a little bit on that Sunday. If we got some round by round stuff, and we could, you know what? Should we? No, I'm not going to mess with this thing. But round by round, Tom Hoagie, when it gets under the gun, I don't know if I trust the putter. I don't know if you trust anybody's putter when it gets under the gun, apart from Cameron Smith, who's not even in the PGA Tour anymore. So we're getting a little distracted here. But Tom Hoagie, we like him for a top 20. We think his ball striking can do all of that at this golf course all on its own. So plus 155 for Tom Hoagie for a top 20. Let's ride, baby. It's going to go down. Justin freaking Rose. What do we like about Justin Rose? Well, we don't have a Justin Rose. We don't even have him for... I don't think we have him for a top bet anywhere because I don't think his odds are good enough to bet on him. But we do have a matchup, Justin Rose against Patrick Rodgers. Oh, we got Justin Lower going on here, folks. Got Rose and Rodgers. We got a Rodgers-Rose situation here. I don't know why I'm doing this, but it is what it is. So we've got this matchup. I believe. I can't even see what it is. We've got a Justin Rose, Patrick Rodgers matchup. I believe it's out there on DraftKings. Go grab it for yourself. Justin Rose it's minus 110. Now that I remember it, it's minus 110. Justin Rose is our third-ranked golfer in the model. Patrick Rodgers is 57th. Yes, he's been playing very good golf. That is Patrick Rodgers lately. The total strokes gained over the last few rounds in 2023 is actually better than Justin Rose, but I think that this course suits Justin Rose much better, and typically Justin Rose is a better golfer than Patrick Rodgers. Justin Rose is a much better putter than Patrick Rodgers. In general, he's better than him, and Patrick Rodgers' putter is just being a disobedient little bad boy. That is what's wrong with his game right now. 90th in the field in strokes gained putting in 2023 season. The distance off the tee is his number one gainer for him off the tee. He's 7th in the field. We're going to a golf course that requires accuracy. He don't got that. He's going to have to dial it back. That's where he's going to lose his strokes. That's a built-in metric that Patrick Rodgers is no longer going to be taking advantage of over the 3 rounds. The one round at the plantation course, he might have a bit of an advantage. But we love Justin Rose's putting. We love his proximity numbers. Look at the sexy stuff. And he makes a crap ton of birdies. So Justin Rose, Minus 110 against Patrick Rogers. Go grab yourself one of those. I believe it's on DraftKings. That's how we're exposing ourselves to Rose, a Rose exposure. Brendan Todd, he's next up. So as we're just going down the model, we're just rattling off bets because obviously the top ranked guys in the model are going to kick out the best bets. So Brendan Todd is a very interesting bet. He's got a top 20 for plus 275. It is on DraftKings, I believe. And guess what? It's also plus 270 on FanDuel. So go grab wherever you want. It's pretty close regardless. We've typically lost money on Brendan Todd, so hopefully he can redeem himself for us this week. He has 2 top 20s in the last 5 starts, and they've come on courses that typically don't suit his playing style. Then he had a T53 at the Mayakoba. That wasn't very good, but he had one round where he lost minus 5 strokes in one random round. We had him in DFS a lot, and he hurt us. So we're going back to the Brendan Todd well. Look at this approach play, folks. The last few rounds, he's just been balling out. When he gets his approaches dialed, this guy can kick some ass. A lot of his off the tee dilemmas and struggles are because of distance. If we check out his stat profile, anything for him, his good drives gained is 13th in the field. His accuracy is 4th. His recent off the tee stuff is 112th. But guess what? You check out his distance, he's 144th in the field. How many people are actually in this field? We've got 147. So there's only like 3 other people that hit it less distance than he does. Hit it shorter, less far, blah, blah, blah. His distance is garbage, but that's okay. This course, the average driving distance is like 270. He hits it probably 278. So he might even have to club down a little bit every now and then, which isn't even a Brendan Todd thing. So, Brendan Todd, absolutely, let's do this. They're hanging a fat number on him. A fatty, boys. Plus 275 for a top 20 on Brendan Todd, who has finished inside the top 20 in 2 of his last 5 starts. To me, that's 40%, which is almost enough. 40%, I'll take that at plus 200. Getting a plus 275, if you go grab that on DraftKings, that is where you want to get sexy. Everything about his game suits this golf course. His accuracy off the tee, look at this putting. It's green down this column here. Absolutely green. Everything about his game suits this venue. He's got a good course history. I think he's finished 4th year before. Life's good for Brendan Todd when you go to Sea Island. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Brian Harmon, one of the more popular players this week too. $10,300 on DraftKings. Probably going to push a little further than 12% after Tony Finau's withdrawal. We don't really have a bet for him. So we're going to keep scooting on down the board here, folks, because if you want any sort of DFS details, go check out the BetSperts DFS preview that we did with me and my boy PJ Splits 101. We did that earlier today out on the BetSperts YouTube. It's also, I believe I shared it on my Twitter profile at the Model Maniac. Blah, blah, blah. Next up is Seamus Power, one of our favorite golfers. We're definitely going to be playing him in DFS. It seems like everyone was going to lean towards Brian Harmon going into the week before Tony Finau withdrew. So that ownership is only going to be exacerbated, exponentialized. It's going to increase more than Seamus Power's ownership because he was originally going to be more popular, and now Tony Finau's out. So who's going to click the button? They're going to go to Brian Harmon, who's cheaper than Seamus. That just seems how it's going to go. Seamus, if you take his ball striking and his approach play recently, it's hot garbage. We know that that's not true because he's been playing on foreign soil, and that doesn't translate to strokes gained because the PGA Tour is too cheap to send lasers to Bermuda and lasers to Mexico, where, people can play golf, but we don't get any strokes gained data at a multi-billion-dollar company. So it is what it is. Beggars can't be choosers. We just here making a podcast for a few bucks an hour. That's okay. Thank you, Rotoballer, for those wonderful dollars you always present back 9 bets here, baby. So, Seamus Powers, if you take a look at his short game, typically very tidy, and it's usually typically very tidy whenever he plays golf. He's a very, very good short game guy. He gets the ball in the hole. Look at this. He's a scorer. He just gets the job done. 7th, 8th, and 6th on bogey avoidance, birdie or better, and par 5 scoring, folks. That's what he does. He's good at getting the ball in the hole. And his off the tee stuff is typically very, very good. His best scoring conditions are easy And Seamus Power is going to be one of the staples we have in our DFS lineups this week. Keith Mitchell, I can't say I'm ever a big fan of Keith. I can't say I'm a big fan of him. The model, I believe the model kicked out a bet for him, but it kicked out a bunch. FanDuel dropped a bunch of fat numbers on us, and the model loved all of them. I'm not going to bet 19 people to finish inside the top 20 and top 40. It just doesn't make sense. So we're cherry picking here. Keith Mitchell's going to be a popular DFS player, apparently. We're going to fade him. I don't know why. He's a good putter on Bermuda, does good on the par fives. Guess what? There's only 2 par fives in the 3 rounds he's going to play. So that's already one advantage that he's had on the field that gets absolutely demolished at this course. So that's that. Matt Kuchar, next up. He's a bet that we're going to be placing. He's $8,900, currently 8% owned, probably going to push just north of 10%. What do we like about Matt Kuchar? Well, guess what? His ball striking kind of is not too shabby lately in 2023. He's played in 12 rounds and he leads. He's third in the field in ball striking. Off the tee and approach combined, Matt Kuchar is sitting third, which is kind of bananas, isn't it? So yeah, that's what's going on there. Guess what? Matt Kuchar is also a very good putter. He hasn't been putting well this year, which doesn't make too much sense, does it? So if he bounces back like we know he can, he's going to do good stuff. Look at this. His general putting stats, putting in general, 17th. Putting from 5 to 15 feet, 14th. Putting on Bermuda, 19th. So we know he's a good putter in general. What's the putter doing hanging out at a casual 98th in the field in 2023? Get that together, Matty. So what's going to cook with Matt Kuchar? We're going to bet him at plus 220 for a top 20. Guess what he's done? Little T12 at the 40 net, a T29 at the CJ Cup, and a T27 at the Worldwide Technology Championship at Mayakoba. Those don't seem like they're T20s, do they? Apart from the T12 at the 40 net. But this golf course suits Matt Kuchar to a T. Let's do a quick little, I do one of these things, little quick change of Ruski here. Let's get Matt Kuchar and his little course history figured out. He's got a T37 and a T29 at this course. He's playing good golf. His ball striking is phenomenal. If he can get his putting together, he's typically putted pretty well here in the 3 times he's been here. He had a really good time the one time he finished T37. So Matt Kuchar's got a good opportunity to cash our T20 at plus 220. We love a lot about his game. He's very accurate off the tee, and that's the Matt Kuchar situation. That's the Matt Kuchar situation. Plus 220, I can't say I'm absolutely convicted at that bet, but it is what it is. Oh, guess what? I completely and utterly forgot that we bet Brendan Todd to win the freaking golf tournament as well. 60-1. That's why he's colored in blue. Because blue is for W. Don't know. I just made that up on the spot. It is what it is. Brendan Todd, 60-1. DraftKings. I believe it's still out there. I don't know what it looks like after a Tony Finau WD. But go grab yourself a Brendan Todd, 60-1, folks. That is what you want to do here. I mean, everything about his game suits his course. We're betting him the disrespect on his name. The odds are too much. We're taking some value. Putting, accuracy, course history. He's got it all. Let's go win this tournament, Brendan. Then we're going to get to Joel Damon. Joel Damon is 7th in the field in strokes gained total in 2023. He's played 22 rounds of golf. He's 5th in general ball striking, which is awesome. This guy is just out here grinding away, making hitting a golf ball look way easier than it should be. He's putting, making way more difficult than it should be. So his driving is insane, and his putting is driving him insane. It's just how it goes. He's one of the more accurate guys off the tee. He's 9th and 6th in accuracy and good drives gained. Look at the distance. It's 117th. Going to a course doesn't require that much distance. Joel Damon, perfect fit for this golf course. Everything about his game suits this venue. He actually putts better on Bermuda, apparently, compared to his baseline. So that's good. It's moving him from 97th in the field to 52nd, which is fine. We'll take a casual 25 spot jump for Joel Damon at a course that is Bermuda greens. Look at the approach. Look at the ball striking. Look at off the tee. He's even gaining off the tee with a lack of distance. Now he's going to go to a course like this. He almost made a hole-in-one at Mayakoba on a par 4 using a driver. I mean, this guy's dialed in off the tee. So we love that about him. He's going to give himself lots of good opportunities to hit it tight, miss a whole bunch of birdie putts, but hopefully make a whole bunch too. So it's going to be a tilting time betting on Joel Damon. He's 40-1 to win the golf tournament on DraftKings. Go grab yourself a Joel Damon ticket. He's also $9,200, 13% owned. We'll see how we go about that. We'll keep an eye on ownership. I think it's going to be very ownership dependent. If I'm going to give away a little bit of what we said in the other show, DraftKings, DFS, we've got a putting competition and we've got a golf course that's got water hazards all over the golf course. Ownership is going to be attacked this week. Playing chalky guys, for me, it's not it this week. Putting and water hazards make golf extremely volatile. One of them makes golf extremely volatile. Like even just a putting contest would make me kind of figure out I'll get off some chalk. Now we've got water hazards everywhere. Anyone can hit in a water hazard. Let's get ourselves some sexy leverage plays, folks. So, yeah, I'm going to be writing the value plays for the DFS. We've got a whole bunch of those coming out. Under 8K, I've got so many guys I like. So, it's going to be a good one. Davis Riley. I think he's going to be very popular this week. The 9% doesn't quite do anything justice at the $8,100 price tag there. I don't understand why Justin Rose is going to be. People love Davis. People love Davis, unless it's just Twitter that loves him. I don't love him that much. I don't think he gets it done when it comes to crunch time, but also just finishing inside the top 10. But also, when you look at Davis Riley, you think about he's on a Sunday. He just absolutely gets himself into a tiz and just doesn't play good golf. Now there's going to be water everywhere when he's driving. Do we trust Davis Riley with the driver in his hand when there's water everywhere? I don't know if I do. Do we trust Scott Stallings? I don't know if I do either. We've seen his approach play has just gone AWire. Now, a quick little fun fact about Scott Stallings is he's absolutely dominated the plantation course in his time at Sea Island. He's had some absolute blow-up holes, blow-up rounds on the Seaside course. So I'm probably going to play Scott Stallings when he plays the plantation course. That's just how it's going to be. If I'm playing Showdown, I'm also going to be playing everyone on the plantation course all week because there's 4 par 5s out there, and that gives you 2 more birdie opportunities compared to the 2 par 5s on the Seaside course. Fun fact there. So course stacking is going to be a thing. We usually get weather wave stacking, but we're going to go course stacking as well. And we might have to weather stack. Pay attention to the weather, folks. Matthew Neesmith, don't have anything for him. Popular DFS play, probably going to fade him. Don't know why. Don't care. Denny McCarthy as well. Burnt my ass blue. Black and blue when we were in the running to take down a little baby 20 entry max. Denny McCarthy shot a 77. Thanks for nothing, Denny, on Sunday. You blew my chances there, cuz. It is what it is. He's putting. He's typically a very good putter. If you take a look at Denny McCarthy's putting on... you see, usually this is like Denny McCarthy's putting is like 3rd, 4th, 5th at least. I mean, if you look at his baseline putting, it's 5th. But they've been playing a lot of golf on Bermuda lately. And guess what? He's 16th in the field. So he's not putting as good as he used to on Bermuda. And if you take a look at his putting in 2023, he's 52nd in the field. It's not too good for a guy that's known as Denny Dirt, Dime Dougie, putting balls in holes on greens. You know, like this guy's putting is not too hot right now. So we'll see what he gets up to. We don't really necessarily like him yet, though. Now, we're going to move on to a guy called Jason Day. It's going to be J Day. We saw the Underdog Twitter account on Twitter mentioned that Jason Day has got a new caddy on the back. We've seen what new caddies, a little kind of fresh spice of different eyeballs on the ball, a little different touch from the man next to you, your compadre, your compatriot, the guy that's out there going to war with you on the golf course for 72 holes. He's got a different guy this week. J-Day's been playing phenomenal golf. We look at his strokes gain total leading into this week. In 2023, he's 5th. So his recent form is phenomenal. The ball striking is 2nd. The putting has been good, not great. But he's been gaining. He's been doing good stuff. He's been doing really good stuff. Let's hijack somebody's stuff here quickly. Where did we did Matt Kuchar's. There we go. Let's check out Jason Day's putting. We're going to just hijack Matt Kuchar. We've already done his thing. So let's check out some Jason Day and see, I don't know. Like, do we really, the ball striking has been phenomenal, but he's only really gained, I don't know, the putting. What is going on with the putting? Do we really want him to be on our roster if this guy's not really going nuclear with the putting, but he's doing good stuff with the putter? But the ball striking is obviously phenomenal. So he's rounding into form. All it takes is a good putting day, and the next thing Jason Day is just, oh boy, it's going to be scary. He's back, Spencer. He is back, my friend. So yeah, Jason Day, I'm going to be on him. The FOMO is real. It's going to be one of the few people we lean up on with ownership here in the $9,400 range. The new caddy thing. I know it sounds like that's Maniac play. The model, it's got him in 14th. The Maniac thinks the caddy can probably put him up to like 1st, 4th. He's not going to win it. Hopefully he just finishes 4th. We've got other guys that need to win this tournament. So, J-Day, we'll sign him up for our squad. Absolutely. Then we got another guy, ranked 15th in the model. A little bit of a long shot. It's Adam Long. And guess what is cooking with Adam Long's game? It is utter chaos. It's utter chaos. He finished T44 at the Butterfield, Bermuda, in the wind and stuff. He finished T30 at the Sanderson Farms. And those are his 2 best finishes this season. He's played 6 tournaments, and he's missed the cut in 3 of them, and he's missed the cut in epic proportions. Adam Long is going to be on our card for a top 20 at plus 490. He hasn't had a single top 20 yet, but take a look at this putting, folks. He's been putting fantastically. We've had a whole bunch of playing in the middle of nowhere-ness with his stats here. So he's had 3 rounds of golf that we can't really see how good the putter's been, but we know he's just typically a very good putter. Look at this. He's gained 9 strokes at the Travelers, 9 strokes at Sanderson Farms, 3.5 strokes at the Cadence Bank. Even while he was hemorrhaging strokes everywhere else, he was still putting lights out. What does this golf course require the most? A good putting performance. He can do that. He can do that. His distance off the tee sucks, but his accuracy is typically pretty good. His putting is 15th in the field baseline, 4th in the field from 5 to 15 feet, 9th in the field on Bermuda. Everything about his game seems like it should translate to this golf course. We've even got some accuracy. Now, I didn't even know he was, for a guy called Long, he's not that long, is he? Kind of short. So 37 in the field for accuracy there. We'll take a chance on him at plus 490, like 5-1 odds for a top 20 for a guy that's actually played some good golf at this course. Look at this course history of 13th here. So love a little bit of Adam Long situation at plus 490 on FanDuel. That's a lot. That is a big number to hang on a top 20 for a guy that's a really good putter going to a course that requires good putting. The math checks out. Insert Will Ferrell gif. Next up on the slate is JJ Spahn, and JJ Spahn is going to win us a top 40. He's our first top 40 of the episode. We're now in the 16th ranked golfers. Once we get past 15, no longer eligible for a top 20 on the rankings unless we get to a certain guy. So let's actually just do that. Let's get to a man called Zach Johnson. We're going to bet Zach Johnson. We're diving all the way down the rankings here. He isn't grading out that well on the model. He's 74th. But look at this course history. It's eighth. It's eighth, and he's played great golf here. Let's take a look. Last 5 times Zach Johnson has teed it up in Sea Island. He's finished 8th, 7th, 61st, 6th, and 16th. Sorry. So 4 of his last 5 starts have been a top 16/top 20. FanDuel hung a plus 850 on him to finish inside the top 20. Tony Finau, when he was in the field, was plus 800 to win the tournament. Zach Johnson gets a plus 850 to finish inside the top 20, which he's done 4 out of the last 5 times. I love that bet. It makes all the sense in the world. We went ultra aggressive on it. I think it's plus 650 still. Go grab it. I think that's still a fair number. Plus 650 for him to finish inside the top 20, which he's done 80% of the last 5 times. Hello, Zach Johnson, top 20. Let's ride. Also, we'll throw him in to some DFS lineups at 60. 9% owned. See? Go grab the top 20, call it a day. If he finishes inside the top 20, we're rocking and rolling. If he doesn't, 10% of the field's out of DFS contests. Moving on swiftly, we'll go back to JJ Spawn we were talking about. Top 40 bet, almost even money, plus 105 on FanDuel. I believe it might even be plus 110. Since Tony Finau withdrew, they added like an extra fraction to a lot of the bets, which is very weird. JJ Spawn, Shriners, T15, Zozo Championship, T25, Worldwide Technology Championship, T15. We got the CJ Cup in the mix there too, T58. So 3 of his last 4 events, he's finished inside the top 40. Quite easily. He's finished inside the top 25, top 30. So we love that. And we're getting even money for him. What do we love about JJ? JJ is just a solid golfer, man. He's just super solid. Everything about his game kind of makes sense for this venue. The 5 to 15 foot putting for JJ, good stuff. Not necessarily the best putt on Bermuda, that's okay. He makes a decent amount of birdies, and JJ is kind of accurate. He's 32nd. So nothing about his game is phenomenal. He just kind of gets it done on these shorter tracks. You know, look at the distance, 99th. So we're lacking some distance, but the accuracy is there. 32nd in the field, good drives gained, 39th. 42nd in approach, and he's 36th from 125 to 200. So we're betting a guy for top 40. A lot of his stats that are important are inside the top 40, which is totally cool. His recent form is 28th in the field, which is great. You know, we're betting him top 40. Going to a course that should suit him very nicely. He's got the 32nd best course history here. Hello. You know, plus 105, FanDuel, plus 110, JJ Spawn, grab it. Off we go. Adam Svensson was suggested by the model also for a top 40. It makes a lot of sense. We know he does well on these easy, shorter golf courses because he's not the longest guy in the field either. His approach play is typically very, very good. But Adam Svensson, man, oh man, is he struggling. He's obviously played a few courses that don't have strokes gain metrics because the course history here is absolutely hot garbage. 133rd in the field. So he's only probably played here once and just blew up. Off the tee, let's take a quick look. What the heck was his deal? We kind of hijacking Adam Svensson. Yeah, missed the cut. Didn't do too hot here. So that's okay. We don't want to play everyone for top 40. We don't want to do all the bets in the world. That's fine. Why aren't we playing him? Just nothing inspiring. He's 50th, 49th in strokes gained total entering the week. Maybe some DFS at $7,200, 4% owned. We'll take Adam Svensson. You know, that's the spot for him. Moving on, Mackenzie Hughes. I think Mackenzie Hughes is going to be a nice little sneaky play this week. If we filter this by the largest to the smallest and get these guys figured out, $8,600 for a Mackenzie Hughes, whose strokes gained total for this season is 3rd in the field. He's $1,000 cheaper than, say, a Keith Mitchell, who's $9,300, who's gained the 40th most strokes in the field. Why, oh why, is that discrepancy that big? We've got a Mackenzie Hughes that has played very well here before. I know the course history is not amazing, 73rd, but he's also a very, very good putter. The accuracy off the tee is going to be a big, big issue. He's been working on the distance thing. That's what's caused some issues for him. But just a little quick tidbit on Mackenzie Hughes. We're gonna roll. I think we're gonna roll with him a little bit in the $8,600 price range there. He's gonna be sneaky. He's one of the best putters in the field. One of the best putters in the field. I repeat, we're going to a putting contest. He's one of the best putters in the field. If he can get his stuff figured out off the tee, the rest of his game is fine. 35th, blah, blah, blah. Yes. My man, Brian, not seeing Thigala very high on the model. He is a FOMO play for me since I have been on him all year. I know, man. If we get to Sahith here, where the heck is he? Look at this. You know, the poor guy is 44th, 43rd in the model. Got some good course history, good recent form. Off the tee, 103rd this season. No good. He is 133rd in accuracy, 87th in good drives gained. So that is the thing about Sahith. His game is too volatile for a course like this. I don't think he's got the consistency off the tee. I don't think he's got control of his ball for 72 holes in order to keep it out of the water. $8,800. I don't know what you're even doing. Are you betting him outright? Are you betting him? I mean, an outright bet probably. I wouldn't bet him for a top 20 or anything like that, you know. So, yeah, can't quit him now. Not a great course fit, but sometimes, bro, you just got to go with what your heart tells you and just take care of that. So I totally agree. Sahith, unfortunately, not the week for him. Yeah, we don't think. We'll see. Maybe you can catch some good luck and lightning in a bottle from the man. I do like him. I think he's going to win this season on the right courses. Next up, Nate Lashley. We've got him cooking here. $6,500 DraftKings play. Yes. He's played some good golf at this course. I don't think his seeding's very high, blah, blah, blah. We keep moving on. Dean Burmester is 20th in the model, $6,300. Major price problem, major discrepancy. It is what it is. Off the tee, Dean Burmester, fantastic. He's not, I don't know. I think this number is going to increase as people speak about Dean Burmester being a cheap free ticket. I don't know if I'm going to play him this week. Aaron Rai, also not going to play him. The easy courses, look at the 75th in the model. Not the best. Good drives gain is there, but his birdie or better percentage is 94th in the field. We're going to a birdie fest. Get to 19 under par. Why is Aaron Rai not? Yeah, I don't know. Not going to play him. Let's take a sip of water before we get into these next two dudes. 22nd in the model. Justin Lower. What on earth do we love about Justin Lower, folks? Let's take a quick peek here. Because Justin Lower has finished 4th at the 40 net, 45th at the Sandersons, 20th at the Shriners, 8th at the Butterfield Bermuda, 56th in miscut recently. So he's gone a little off the boil. Had a quick little miscut. Maybe he relaxes a little bit, gets his stuff together. But everything about him, look at this putting. It's kind of gone off the boil a little bit recently, but he has been putting very, very, very nicely lately. If we can get him like a John Deere putting or a Barbasol putting or a little casual 40-net putting, let's rock and roll. Look at the approach play. It's looking very, very nice. Everything about the approach play has been great. He's very accurate off the tee. His problem comes when he struggles to get distance. Justin Lower, his distance is 109th in the field. Somehow his proximity numbers from 125 to 200 is first. So don't take that for gospel. That seems a little fishy to me, if I'm being 100% honest with you. But that's nice to see. I don't know if that is 100% accurate. But we do know that his approach play can get good. It's 49th, I know. But we are trying to get the Justin Lower that we saw like a month ago. We've been betting him. Brian, just like you, I've been betting Justin Lower every week. Kind of a bit of a FOMO play, but he's 120 to 1. Okay, 120 to 1. He's also 2 plus 200 to finish inside the top 40. He's finished T4, T45, T20, T8, T56 miscut. So he has been pushing inside the top 20, 60% of the inside the top 40, 60% of the time, and had a T45 at Sanderson's. Very close to another T40 there. He had a miscut at the Cadence Bank, which he four-putted one of the holes. I had him in half my lineups in DFS, so life's good. Thanks for the four-putt there. Going to a course that I think he plays nicely at as a course fit. The course history doesn't necessarily suggest he's the best play there, but we've got a different Justin Lower going into the week. We've got a guy that's kind of found himself on the PGA Tour, and I love the plus 200 bet for a top 40. If he cashes that, we take care of our entire outright card just off the back of Justin Lower. If he wins it at plus 120, we're in business, folks. Absolutely love him here. Plus 120 for this guy. He's finished T4 and T8 in the last 5 starts he's played. What are we doing? What are we doing? He's 18th in the field in recent form. Plus, not plus 120, 120 to 1 to win the tournament. That doesn't even have Tony Finau in it anymore. FanDuel, 120 to 1. FanDuel plus 200 for a top 40. Go grab yourself some Justin Lower stock before it gets lower. He's going to go lower than everybody. Enough of the Justin Lower puns. We can't get much lower than that. Now, Andrew Putnam, $7,900. Very popular play in the DFS side of things. It makes a lot of sense. Recent form, he's 10th in the field. He's 50 to 1 out there. Grab a 50 to 1. I think it's Bet Rivers, PointsBet. Those two books, I think, had a 50 on Andrew Putnam. What about Andrew Putnam's game gives us the heebie-jeebies? Well, the distance is 140th in the field. Not good. Guess what? We don't care about distance. We care about accuracy, which is 30th and 32nd. More than enough for us to be content with there. Off the tee, he gains very minimally. He actually loses strokes because of the distance thing. This week, he's going to get that built-in negative value that he has off the tee washed away. He's going to probably gain strokes because of his accuracy. So this is like the one unique course that you get to play guys that you can't typically play because of their accuracy off the tee. He's a very good putter. He's 16th in the field in putting. He's 27th, 16th in the field in putting this season. His short game is 11th. His approach play is 20th. So all the other facets of his game are phenomenal. The off the tee stuff is holding him back. It's not going to hold him back this week. It's his time to shine. Finished second at the Zozo. Yeah, which I think is a course that you have to keep in the fairway. We saw Ricky bombing it by him. We saw Keegan Bradley bombing it by him. He was hanging with those guys. This course, no one's going to be bombing it by him. He's just going to be in the fairway where it needs to be. So that's what we like about him here. 27th on Bermuda, 24th on baseline putting. The 5 to 15 feet thing, not that good of a deal, but we like the rest of his game. 50 to 1. Andrew Putnam. Hello, hello. We are running out of, I'm just rambling on. We had like 48 minutes already. Life's good. We're going to keep cruising. We've got a few more players here. Let's get to John Ha. He is going to be called Johnny the Jockey because he is the horse for course beast. This guy, anytime we go to a golf course that suits his eye, he typically plays well there. We know we bet John Ha at the Worldwide Technology Championship for a top 40. T27. Hello, thank you. We love that from John Ha. I think this course suits him again. We go check out his thing. 12th and T37th. He's finished here. And then the miscut. That's okay. That's okay. John Ha has finished inside the top 40 in 2 of his last 3 starts at this venue. He's plus 290 to finish inside the top 40. So he's 3 to 1. If he finishes inside the top 40, we take care of our outright card. He almost covers the T40 bet section of our card as well. So we love a John Ha. He's very nice here. He's going to be one of our players. He's going to be a DFS play. 7% owned. That's a little kind of steepish. You know, we'd rather play a Nick Hardy at 5%, $7,600. Because look at Nick Hardy's, his approach play has been fantastic lately. Love to see that from the man. But we're not here to talk too much DFS. We're here to talk about our bets. Now, John Ha, top 40, plus 290, FanDuel, grab it. It's going to work out. I love ourselves some Johnny Ha, the jockey, for course history. And then we got one more guy. Where the hell is he? Here he is. Body Armor. We love some Ryan Armour situation. And we're going to do a John. We're going to use his thing yet too as well. Kind of figure out here what's going on. Armour. Ryan Armour. Take a look. Ryan Armour should be called Armour the Body Jockey, whatever that means. We've bet Ryan Armour for a top 40 multiple times, and he's won us 3.15 units. So he's our top 40 thoroughbred. At the RSM Classic in the last 4 starts, he's finished 37th, 23rd, 15th, and a miscut. So 75% of his last 4 starts have finished inside the top 40. We're getting plus 230 for that to cash this week. Hello, Ryan Armour. Thank you for joining our betting card. We love you. What on earth is Ryan Armour? He's the most accurate driver in the field. He's the best good drives gained performer in the field. He putts spectacularly well on Bermuda. He's 16th in the field on Bermuda putting. Everything about his game makes a lot of sense here. So we like ourselves some Ryan Armour. He doesn't make too many bogeys, but that's why we like him for a top 40. His putting has been rather impressive recently. He's 40th in the field. His driving accuracy is the main reason the model loves him. And guess what? It helps him finish inside the top 40 at this venue. Plus what? What do we have him? Plus 230, Ryan Armour. Hello. Then we've got Harris English, all the way down in 56th in the model. No good, right? Well, wrong. This guy's putting very, very good. Short game, very, very good. His recent form is trending in the right direction. His last 12 rounds, he's hit about 10% more fairways than the tour average. So his driving accuracy is getting better, and that's perfect for the time we go into this course. Since his hip injury, since his surgery, he's lost a bit of distance. Check the distance stat here. It's garbage, 136th in the field. That's okay. Going to a course, that doesn't matter. The accuracy is a baseline thing. I've checked out his recent accuracy. It's moving in the right direction. The model doesn't know he's injured. We can't change the settings for one guy. That's okay. We've deep dived it. We know his stuff's great. Look at this baseline putting, 12th. Bogey avoidance, 6th. So he's going to be doing some good stuff. He's 65-1 on DraftKings to win this tournament. Yeah. The English is coming, folks. And that is 52 minutes into the podcast. We got to the title guy, Harris English. 32nd in the field in recent form with a lack of distance off the tee, with an approach play that hasn't necessarily been cooking on all cylinders. Check the off the tee stuff. 129th recent form off the tee. Not good. The last 12 rounds have been much better. Also, he had a really, really bad round at one of the places that had strokes gained. He's been playing good golf, average to good golf at places that don't have the strokes gained. He's a Sea Island Mafia man. We know he does good stuff out in Georgia. 65-1 on DraftKings. Harris English. The English is coming. It's going to be his week. It is. This guy won twice in 2021. He played on the Ryder Cup team. He's coming back from injury. We're getting him at 65-1. Any minute now, it's going to click. We know how good of a putter he is. That's the reason we like him. And then our final guy we're going to talk about this week is Brian Goddamn Gay. 400-1 on the card to win this goddamn tournament. Brian Gay. Course history, 28th in the field. He is a beast. When he putts on Bermuda greens, he's 9th in the field. I don't think that's got too many rounds, but he's very, very solid when it comes to putting on Bermuda. He's a very good putter in general. He's very accurate off the tee. And Brian Gay has finished inside the top 10 3 times in his last 5 starts on the Champions Tour. I know it's the Champions Tour, but guess what? They play on the shorter courses. They have got baller short games out there, and this guy's out there challenging. So we get to a course like this that he's finished, I think, 3rd or 4th at before. Give ourselves some Brian Gay action. Let's rock and roll. Brian Gay, also $6,400, 2% owned. Love that. So that is it. That's what we're cooking with here on Back 9 Bets, episode 43, presented by Rotoballer. the English is coming. He is indeed coming, folks. It's going to be a good week for him. It's going to be a good week for the rest of our boys. We've got Taylor Montgomery, Tom Hoagie, Brendan Todd, Matt Kuchar, Adam Long, JJ Spahn, Justin Lower, John Ha, and Ryan Armour, and Zach Johnson, all for top 20s and top 40s. I will be placing my card out on Twitter tomorrow. Breaking 100s out there. That's got all the bets in there too. It's going to be a good week. I can't wait. Go check out the BetSperts DFS show that I did earlier for all the BetSperts guys that we like, 7K and 6K guys. Got so many of them. I'm going to play 150 lineups this week. Yeah, we are going balls to the wall. It's the last event. I have got too many guys I've got obsessions with in the 6K range, kind of like a David Lingmerth. Look at this course history, 30th in the field. He's going to be $6,700, 2% owned. He's finished T11 and T8 in his last two courses that can be compared to this kind of venue. Why aren't we playing the David Lingmerth? That's okay. We are. Here on Back Nine Bets, we're teaching you the things that you want. We're teaching myself. We're teaching ourselves. These are the guys. He putts well. And that's going to be it for us, folks. Thank you for tuning in, Brian. Thank you for tuning in, friends. We like to have you here on the channel. It's going to be a good week. Happy Thanksgiving. I think I might throw out 1 or 2 pods during the Christmas time. I think we do a naughty or nice list, maybe a Christmas wish list, kind of review the season, see what's going on. Check it out. It's going to be a good season. Enjoy the winter time. Spoil your loved ones. Love yourself. Have a good day. Linda Q out.